What if we told you some of Hollywood's most iconic films are inspired by stories so unbelievable, they'll leave you speechless? From daring survival tales to shocking courtroom dramas, these movies prove that truth is often stranger than fiction. The line between reality and cinema often blurs when the intensity of real-life events surpasses imagination, giving us narratives we might otherwise think impossible. Have you ever watched an intense movie scene and wondered, did this really happen? Stick around as we unravel the incredible real-life stories behind 10 unforgettable films that mastered the art of bringing these wild events to the big screen and changed the way we see storytelling forever. First on our list is The Social Network, a gripping dive into the murky waters of ambition, betrayal, and friendship, tracing the origins of Facebook. Directed by David Fincher, the film captures the raw intensity of Mark Zuckerberg's climb to becoming one of the richest men on the planet. But how much of it is true? At the heart of this story is a Harvard student who went from coding in his dorm room to seeing his platform connect billions of people worldwide, but not without conflict. Real lawsuits ensued, as Zuckerberg's ex-best friend Eduardo Saverin sued him over shady financial dilution incidents, while the Winklevoss twins claim Zuckerberg stole the idea of Facebook from their project, Harvard Connection. The portrayal of Zuckerberg in the movie, brilliant but socially awkward and ruthless, adds another layer to the narrative. Yet, what doesn't change is the undeniable impact this story had on the tech world and beyond. Catch Me If You Can brings to life an almost unbelievable tale of deception and charm. Frank Abagnale Jr., a teenager from New Rochelle, New York, didn't just run away from home. He embarked on a journey of masterful cons that would baffle authorities for years. From forging checks to adopting aliases such as airline pilot, doctor, and lawyer, Frank's ability to manipulate systems and people is astounding. Imagine a 16-year-old successfully posing as a Pan Am pilot, traveling the world for free while cashing bad checks. The FBI's hunt for Frank became one of the most high-profile chases of its time. In a shocking twist, after being apprehended, Frank wasn't just punished. He was hired by the FBI as a consultant to help them improve their methods for catching fraudsters. His life proves that brilliance combined with daring can lead to both chaos and redemption. Steven Spielberg's Emmy favorite, Schindler's List, tells a story that hides in history but deserves global recognition. Oskar Schindler, a German industrialist, began the war as someone driven by profits, but his inner humanity surfaced as he encountered the horrors of the Holocaust. By employing Jewish workers to keep his factories operational, Schindler gradually understood the stakes. Saving these workers meant their survival in a world ravaged by genocide. Through meticulously maintained lists, he kept 1,200 Jews out of concentration camps. Decades later, Spielberg's adaptation made sure that survivors' accounts were woven into the film, giving it a chilling authenticity. Why does this story matter? Beyond the numbers, it showcases that even amidst some of the worst atrocities in human history, acts of courage and defiance can ripple through history. The film's iconic moments, like the girl in the red coat amidst grayscale chaos, masterfully symbolize innocence, loss, and hope. The Pursuit of Happyness is more than a movie. It's a testament to the unbreakable human spirit. Chris Gardner's journey from homelessness to success is both heart-wrenching and inspiring. Forced onto the streets with his young son, Gardner took odd jobs just to make ends meet while trying to secure a position at a prestigious brokerage firm. Imagine trying to memorize stock formulas and schedules while sleeping in subway bathrooms. Will Smith's superb acting portrays Gardner's countless rejections, many nights of hunger, and the unwavering determination that kept him going for the sake of his child. The climax, where Gardner earns a full-time position, is even more rewarding to audiences once they know it's based on an incredible true story. Gardner's eventual success as a CEO and philanthropist proves that perseverance truly paves the way to transformation. What if making a movie saved lives? That's exactly what happened in the true story behind Argo. Ben Affleck's thriller recounts a top-secret CIA operation to rescue 6 American diplomats trapped in Iran during the 1979 hostage crisis. Using Hollywood cunning, the rescue team created a fake movie production as a cover, with agents disguised as film crew members scouting exotic locations in Tehran. This wasn't just fiction, It was a real plan called the Canadian Caper, executed with meticulous detail and partnerships. The use of props like fake storyboards and concept art added an extra layer of believability to the operation. While some dramatic liberties were taken in the film, the core lesson holds true. Unconventional thinking in the face of danger can lead to extraordinary feats of heroism. The Exorcism of Emily Rose delves into one of the most unsettling true stories of the 20th century. The case of Anneliese Michel, who underwent 67 exorcisms before her tragic death in 1976, shocked both Germany and the world. Struggling with what some believed was demonic possession and others diagnosed as mental illness, Anneliese's condition sparked a debate that would shift public perception of faith and medicine forever. The film captures the courtroom drama that ensued as Anneliese's parents and priests stood trial for negligence. It's a haunting reminder of how deeply human belief systems can intertwine with tragedy, challenging even the most rational perspectives. The outrageous antics depicted in The Wolf of Wall Street might seem too excessive to be rooted in reality, but they are. Jordan Belfort, the stockbroker whose corruption and indulgence knew no bounds, lived a life of extreme wealth and chaos. He orchestrated penny stock scams that cheated investors out of millions, funding his extravagant lifestyle of yachts, luxury items, and endless parties. The movie doesn't hold back in its depiction of greed out of control, but what stands out most is the cautionary tale it tells about unchecked ambition and moral decay amidst excess. Julia Roberts earned an Oscar for her portrayal of Erin Brockovich, a tenacious legal assistant who went up against Pacific Gas and Electric. Her investigation into the company's water contamination brought justice to hundreds of residents affected by chromium-6 exposure, a chemical linked to cancer. What makes this story so compelling is Erin's unrelenting inquisitiveness despite having no formal legal education, facing off against powerful opponents armed only with grit and passion for the truth. 127 Hours recounts Aaron Ralston's brush with mortality, trapped alone in Utah's Blue John Canyon after a boulder pinned his arm for 5 days. His decision to amputate the arm using a dull multi-tool is both horrifying and awe-inspiring, reflecting the sheer will to survive. Behind this film lies a story of resilience and the lengths humans will go to preserve life. It's not just a story of endurance, but of the relentlessness of the human spirit in its purest form. A Beautiful Mind introduces us to John Nash, a man with an extraordinary intellect trapped in a battle against schizophrenia. The film intricately explores his struggles to distinguish reality from delusion, giving viewers a glimpse into the mind of a mathematical genius. His accomplishments in game theory, which are now a cornerstone of modern economics, were made possible by his perseverance and dedication to his craft, overcoming obstacles many of us can scarcely imagine. And there you have it, 10 extraordinary films shaped by real-life events, proving once again that truth often surpasses fiction. Each of these stories invites us to reflect on the human condition, showcasing resilience, ingenuity, and sometimes the darker facets of human nature. Which of these stories left you awestruck? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to join us on a journey through cinema's most fascinating stories that stem from the stranger-than-fiction truths of reality.